interesting decrease of new hospitalizations, a decrease of ICU beds in New York, which has been, of course, the where the firestorm has taken place. There's not a whole lot of media coverage about the available hospital beds and ICUs and ventilators in New York. Have you noticed that? Not a whole lot. Isn't it funny the way the media works on stuff like this? The panic is front and center. The governor of New York fighting for his state, and I get that. I appreciate it. We're going to need 30,000 ventilators. President said that's crazy. We can't get you 30,000 ventilators. We don't think you need that many. The president is a monster. Cuomo's a hero. All of a sudden, they haven't had any shortage of ventilators in New York. It's been bad in New York. There's no question. There have been scenes that I've witnessed on video and online that have just been horrific. People stacked up side by side, bodies in freezers, in refrigerated trucks. I'm not minimizing it, but I am grateful that evidently, and I think Governor Cuomo confirmed this, there wasn't anybody who has needed a ventilator who didn't get one. And now there are, in fact, they're sending ventilators that Cuomo was asking for to other states, he announced. So that's good news. It's good news to see these graphs and these charts that show the dramatic decrease in new hospitalizations, new infections, new illnesses in New York. But what does it look like around the rest of the country? I saw an article last night in Florida. Cases are going up. Some are predicting peaks coming in May. And how do you handle the containment of a national pandemic that is a worldwide pandemic, a national emergency? People are going to travel. People are going to move around the country. How does that work? Last night, a very blunt speaking U.S. Senator from Louisiana, Senator John Kennedy, was on the Fox News channel, had a few things to say about the economy, about the health and the safety of the American people, and what reopening looks like. It is a very, very difficult chapter we're about to face. Today's the day that the White House is going to issue guidelines to the governors. And these guidelines it's going to be the governor's decision. Here's cut number 11. Last night, Senator Kennedy on Fox News Channel talking about the process of opening the country up again.
So when we open up, and we're going to have to, and somebody's got to make the call, we've got to be smart about how we do it. Don't open up in the middle of a hot spot. Encourage your elderly and those with pre-existing conditions to stay quarantined and provide them financial support. Wear masks. Try to socially distance.
These are, this is, he's right, a horrifically difficult decision, because we are going to have to reopen parts of the country while the virus is still present. And I don't know how to process that. I mean, surely those who favor extreme draconian strong measures recognize we can't be shut down forever. We can't be shut down for the entire year. We can't be huddled in our homes through December or beyond. How do we handle this? And how do we not acknowledge the total collapse of the American economy? Cut number 12. Here's what Kennedy said about that.
This economy is going to collapse. The Federal Reserve cannot buy the economy.
I mean, when it collapses, you understand what that means. For millions and millions of people, there'd be no going back. Right now you hope and pray that people who are being laid off, people who lose their jobs, people whose small businesses have gone under, dry cleaners, little restaurants, flower shops, manicure places, hair salons, you hope and pray that when it comes back, these people get jobs again. There's no guarantee they will. Kennedy said something last night that is very sobering. And I've got a smart audience. I got a lot of bright people who are capable of hitting a problem working the answer, working the problem, coming up with the solution. Here's what Senator Kennedy said about when this reopening occurs, we got to face a terrible, terrible reality. Cut number 13.
And anybody who thinks that we can just leave this economy shut down indefinitely until we have no more cases, well, they probably still believe in Bigfoot, because that's just not realistic. And every politician, myself included sometimes, is just dancing around the issue. The American people get it. What? We got to reopen, and when we do, the coronavirus is going to spread faster, and we got to be ready for it.
We got to reopen the country. When we do, the coronavirus is going to spread faster. We have to be ready for it. And those are words that are painful, but I believe it's a painful truth. And if you've got a better way, you let me know. You think we can be shut down for the rest of the year? How much longer do you think people can stay in their home and not make a living? How much longer can businesses remain closed to the general public? But since we've been in this mindset now for many weeks, how are you going to change that? I am praying, and I believe in the spirit of the American people and the goodwill of Americans. And I truly, throughout this entire thing, and I've heard some bleak things, experienced some tough things personally. We all are. We all are going through a very tough time. I believe in the greatness of this country, and I do know that we're going to get through this, and we're going to come out on the other side, and we're going to have a deeper appreciation than ever for one another, for the country we live in, for the planet we inhabit. We're going to do things differently. You know, people make fun of me when I say I'm kind of inclined not to shake anybody's hand ever again. You think I want to shake hands if I'm living in an area that is reopened and the virus is spreading? Does that make any sense whatsoever? You know when you're going to get to shake a hand? When there is no virus. You know when there's no virus? Probably after there's a vaccine. And you know what's funny about a vaccine? Because everybody talks about that as the panacea. We got a flu vaccine. Check out how many people have died of the flu. No, I'm not comparing coronavirus to flu. Please don't put words in my mouth. How many people die of flu, and there is a flu vaccine? So is the media going to breathlessly report COVID-19 deaths even after there's a vaccine? We're going to see the same numbers on the chyrons on the TV screens every day. You're going to hear radio hosts like me have to dutifully read numbers every day. We're either going to change the mindset altogether, or there's going to be a massive collapse, and a collapse that I fear we can't return from. I want to welcome you in. We're in the ReliefFactor.com mobile studios, back in my kitchen, working from home, isolating like millions of you are. Thursday, April the 16th, 2020. Here's my number, 1-800-655-MIKE. Take a stab at this. Take a shot at it. How do we open the country as the virus is going to spread even faster, as Senator Kennedy put it? Is he right? Is he wrong? He's gotten a lot of criticism for his comments that he made last night on Fox News Channel. What do you make of what he had to say? 800-655-6453. Press 1 to come on air with us. Press 2 to leave a voicemail message. Feel free to text us your comments to the My Pillow text line, which is 800-655-MIKE. That's also where you can send the keyword cash to find out what your economic recovery money is looking like. The IRS has a pretty easy to navigate site that they've set up, whether you have filed taxes or whether you haven't filed taxes. If you text the keyword cash to 1-800-655-6453, we'll send you back that IRS link, and you can find out what the status is of possible funds that are headed your way. Welcome in to a Thursday edition of the Mike Gallagher Show. I hope you join us, 800-655-MIKE.